So before I start this video, I just wanted to say, you guys see the title. So if you're a family member, a friend of mine, or someone who knows me personally, just know this video might be a little uncomfortable for you to watch. But I'm not going to tell you to not watch it. I'm just going to say we're just going to get a little bit personal here. Alright. So I recently watched this video by Jordan Green called, I think, Quitting NoFap After 9 Months. And this was my second time watching this video. My first time watching the video was back a year ago, way before I started NoFap. As I said, like you guys know, I have made a video before on NoFap, my timeline and effects it had on me. But I came back to this video because I remembered the creator saying something that I personally experienced very recently. So basically in the video, he was talking about how he did NoFap for like 9+ months and he got into a relationship. And then once he got into a relationship, he finally, let it out for the first time, and he has some difficulties with that. So I'm just telling you, so I was just thinking to myself how I recently had an experience with that. So as you guys know, I have done NoFap and have been doing it for over a year now. And I have shared my experiences with it, but here is just a very new experience with me that gave me a whole new perspective on NoFap. So the reason I really went into NoFap is to overall have better sexual experience and enjoy it to the fullest. Because we all know when it comes to sex, it really depends on the man and his ability. And if your facilities aren't operating, how they're supposed to operate, then nothing's gonna happen, and there's a lot of factors that can lead to those facilities not operating correctly. And going into researching NoFap, understanding that, I feel like that will help with making your facilities consistently operate better. So like you guys know, I went into NoFap. I've been doing it for over a year now, and during this year time span of me going into NoFap, I only relapsed twice, and that was both 6 months apart. So I feel like I had really good success with it, and it wasn't even really NoFap. It was just retention in general. I was not pleasuring myself, and I was not going about it with other people either. I was not having sex with women either. I was just straight holding it all in and, holding in all that energy. So I said I was going to continue to do that until I find somebody that's well suited for me to let it all out with, and for someone who I value enough to want something more than just a casual experience with. So basically I found that person, and then, after getting into it with her, I started to understand how NoFap affects me. And in this video, I'm going to talk about how it kind of does it in a negative way. So suppressing that energy for months on end, such a long time, does have an effect on your sex drive. I started to notice this because my sex drive after going into NoFap is a lot lower than it used to be. Like, I don't even think about it hardly anymore. If you were to ask me back a year or two ago how often I think about sex, I'd say I think about it every second of every hour of every day. But now it's really more like a few times a week. And obviously, I feel like that's a good thing, because the more you're not thinking about it, the more you can put that energy and thought into doing more productive things. Like I said, I probably saved hours this past year, hours, by not going about, doing that sexual energy and wasting my time with that, because it's a big time waster, whether it's with yourself or whether it's with someone else. Chasing that instant gratification is a time waster and has an effect on you, and time is precious for you as a man, which I continuously express in my videos. So basically, on my first occasion with this girl, I had an experience like Jordan Green said in his video. I went into it, and first of all, it's really difficult. If you're holding back that energy, refraining from those orgasms for long time, months, when you do go about doing it, it's gonna come quick. Like, it's gonna come quick. You're not able to hold it back as much as you used to. So basically, in my experience, you know, we were getting into it. We were doing a thing, and then it came quick. And it was just like, basically, we were done after that. And that came as a surprise to me, because I thought, you know, going about NoFap, going about suppressing the sexual energy, keeping it inside of me, would make me, you know, go harder, go stronger. But it did the opposite. I was surprised in that aspect, because I was just like, you know, I'm lasting way quicker than I used to. Before I was able to, you know, get into it, last a good duration. After that orgasm, I would still keep going, you know, I was still able to do it. But, you know, it took me about 10, 15 minutes to still recover after that. And by the time we recovered, it was like already done. And I started to come to a realization to understand that, like, my sex drive really hasn't been where it's used to be. And I'm wondering if that really had an effect on my performance during the thing. Because I wouldn't necessarily say it was performance anxiety. I've had experience with that before with a woman. And, you know, we really didn't even get into it because my facilities were just like not operating, so, you know, nothing happened there. But in this situation, something's actually happened, but I wasn't able to really get into it like I used to. So that was kind of a negative experience for me when it came to it. Now, obviously, it could be there's a lot of other factors that could lead to it when it comes to, you know, your facilities not operating properly. It could go into your diet, and it could go into your lifestyle mentality, like I said, with performance anxiety. This was obviously a girl that I really liked, and it could have been me being really anxious in the moment, but I feel like that did correlate to the fact that my sexual energy has been suppressed for so long. But time has passed by, and we've gotten into it multiple times since then, and I would say that it's getting better. My sex drive is increasing and getting back to like the place of where it used to. But that was just a confusing experience for me to have that happen in that aspect. So this video is not me saying not to do NoFap. Like I said, being able to be more productive in my lifestyle and doing more stuff without letting these sexual urges control me has a lot more benefit than, you know, getting a little bit extra time in the bedroom, if you know what I'm saying. But basically, I just wanted to share my experience with it to let other men who are going through this, to let them know it's okay, and let them know what to look out for when you do get into that situation. Luckily for me, I had a woman who was understanding and someone who I could talk that out with, and we could work with that and go about it. Obviously, like I said, it's gotten a lot better since then, so I really appreciate that. And overall, my decision that I made for NoFap a long time ago, I'm happy that I did it. But like I said, fellas, you need to stay strong, practice discipline, and focus on the better things in life. Stop chasing things that don't really have a benefit to you. As always, I appreciate you guys for watching. Thanks a lot, and I'll see you guys in the next one.
Weezy out of here. I want my diamonds on fleek. I want protect for lean. Yeah. I want big ball on my teeth. Yeah. I want my ice on Netflix. Yeah. Cuffing these hoes on free.